Hi there, I'm Dale Mathis coming to you from my home studio in Sun City, Arizona. And today for the Slow and Easy Dale Mathis accordion course, we're going to be looking at, let's see, where did I place this? Lesson 28. And this is a theory lesson, and we're going to be talking about bass lines. You know, there is a lot of songbooks available for accordion that are just very simple bass lines, and a lot of people would like to know how to add more things into it, and especially if you're looking at lead lines, you know, or what they call the fake books. So today we're going to address some of those things. So the very first thing that I need you to do is go to mycrownmusic.net, mycrownmusic.net, and then click on the free lessons tab up on the upper right hand corner. And then there's a drop-down menu, and you're going to go to lesson 28 in the theories rather, and you're going to download this piece of sheet music. You're going to need this to follow along so that we're both on the same page, so to speak. So, all right, the accordion that I'm holding is the Roland digital accordion. This is the FR4X. It's the little lightweight jobber. It just weighs 19 pounds and runs on 10 AA rechargeable batteries. So, all right, I'm assuming that you've stopped the video and that you have downloaded this piece of sheet music. So we're going to look at this little thing that I wrote out today. Let me just play this thing for you first. So let's just put this down here so you can see my instrument. And I'm going to focus on the bass notes over here. And right now it's just an accordion sound, and it's just a little ditty that I wrote. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, now I'm going to do that again, and this time I'm going to use a softer sound for the melody so that those bass lines come out. Okay, so now if you're looking at this piece of sheet music, what I'd like you to do is go to the, well, let's just go through this. Look at the left hand, and you'll see that the bass part is, the first measure is just the C bass and chord with a G alternating. And then it goes to a G. And here is the first little bass solo. So it's G, D, E counterbass, F sharp counterbass, which, well, the E counterbass is in front of C, and then F sharp is in front of D. And that little bit of solo there, you want to practice that 1,000,000 times, just doing that pattern by rote. You can pretend it's the beginning to the Mickey Mouse March. As a matter of fact, if you want to do that little exercise, I'm just playing a G chord in my right hand, and it's just... Okay, so that's the pattern for the G, and then the next measure, number 5, just the G chord. Number 6, measure number 7 goes to a C chord, and then here's that same pattern again. So it's C, G, A counterbass, B counterbass. So A counterbass is in front of F, and B counterbass is in front of G. So when you're doing this, it's the C, and then G is right above it, of course, and then you have to reach down to find the A, and then you, which is in front of F, and then you skip a button to get up to B. And if you're doing the same pattern over again, you just bring your finger, well, I guess, yeah, the next measure is going to be C, so you need to get into C. And then here, in the next measure, measure number 10, you'll see that I've written in an E counterbass, which is in front of C. And that's another little bass trick that you can do. You don't always have to do the C and the G. Sometimes you can use the E counterbass if it's still in the C chord. So I'm just going between the C and the E right now. You can make up your own patterns of this stuff. Okay, so now going to the G chord, which is, let's see, measure 9, 10, 11. So here we have that same in the next measure. So it's G, D, E, F sharp, and then the next measure. And then here I wrote in the B counterbass. So it's B in front of G, and then D, of course you know where that is. And then the final, this is different than all the other ones. Now we're going to go back downhill, so it's G, F, E, D. So G, F, E is in front of C, D is in front of B flat. So it's, and you can keep repeating that one over and over. Then the final measure is C, G, C. And the other thing that you want to do is just pick a new starting place. So let's say well, let's just use this last one where it was G, F, E, D, G, F, E, D. Well, how about starting up here? I'm on A, and just repeat that same pattern. And then how about somewhere up higher? Higher yet? It's a pattern that you want to learn. It's the rote. That's the important thing, is when you've got a chord laid out in front of you, it's always possible to throw in one of these bass lines. And so if you look at this tune, how I did it, let's just play the little melody again. So there was the obvious place, because in the right hand there was a whole note, and so with nothing more interesting going on, I could throw in that bass line in the left hand. And here again is a whole note in the right hand, so I can throw something interesting in the left hand. Okay, so that can give you some great examples of what you can use for some simple bass lines where you can start throwing it in. Now, when you're looking at this piece of sheet music, let's have you look at me again. When you're looking at this piece of sheet music, I also want you to take a look at the lines where the measure is 17 until the end, so that's lines 3 and 4. And what I'm going to do on my Roland accordion is I'm going to turn on the orchestra bass sound. So see what I'm doing here, just hitting this button. And then instead of having accordion sounds over here, now I'm going to have bass guitar sounds, because really what you're doing is trying to simulate the bass guitar. So now I'm not going to play the chords this time, and as you can see when you look at measure 17, I put rest in place of the chord, and so now you're just going to act as if you're a bass player. So it sounds like this. Oh, you hit a wrong note. How about that? So you can practice being your own bass guitar player. Okay, so I hope that you find that this little exercise, well, you know, I guess you can consider it an exercise. It's also a theory lesson, because what we are learning to do is duplicate the sounds and the lines that string bass players and guitar players use. You know, a lot of them, they don't have any sheet music in front of them. They just listen to songs and listen to songs and hear familiar patterns that repeat over and over and over. And that's what you're doing. So really, like the most basic pattern that you learned when we just started doing lessons was doing bass chord, bass chord, bass chord, bass chord. And then you started learning to do alternating. So right now we're at the next level, so that you're doing okay. So good luck practicing on this, and there are going to be thousands of songs where you can add in these simple little bass lines, and these are some beginning ones that you can just start looking for them where something like this will fit in. So good luck to you, and again remember this is at micronmusic.net, and it is theory lesson number 28. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate your positive comments on my YouTube channel and in the Facebook post where I post all of this stuff also. So you'll see this video posted both on YouTube and Facebook. So thank you so much for watching.